Before having the laptops, doing my homework and classwork seemed to be a lot more difficult, keeping up with all the papers that I had to jam into a folder, and now it's just on this little laptop that I carry around in a bag.
What's changed for me is that the ability to research for papers and making it a lot more accessible instead of having to go to a computer lab typically and research it there and getting my work done a lot faster.
I found that it's easier to keep track of your assignments and when they're due because everything is listed clearly on the website when they're due, and it's easier to keep organized by using folders and whatnot.
What has changed now, it's so much easier to turn things in and teachers be able to tell if you turn it on time or late, and it's so much easier to access to your grade.
Well, school's been a lot easier because I can use my laptop to do my homework and do research, and I get to make cool videos for classwork, and we have more fun projects to do, and it's not just, oh, here's a packet, do it, you know.
It's actually made my schoolwork a whole lot easier because my projects are a little better too, and I can use the internet and everything because not a lot of people have a computer. So it makes my school life easier because I get to go on the internet and use Word documents and stuff like that to make my presentations and stuff look a whole lot better in my notes and stuff.
Testing is much easier because we get to use laptops and we don't have to like flip through a bunch of papers, and you know, all of the resources are on there, so we could just click from page to page instead of having to like flip through a whole bunch of packets of stuff.
Testing has changed in the sense that some classes still do the paper and some classes do the computers. I generally like the computer ones better because some of the teachers set it up to where when you submit the test, it tells you right then and there what your grade is, and I actually like knowing what my grade is as soon as I finish the test.
Testing has been changed that the reviews are online and I have more time to study, and plus it's easier to find information that I don't have on the review because of issues with time in the class and whatnot.
For testing, it's so much easier now because teachers do it where it grades automatically when you submit your test, so it's better for us to know like what grade we made and know where we stand.
I've created a lot of video projects for AV production in my Spanish class, in my English classes. We had to do a rap, and in math class we made a rap, and we took a rap song and we rewrote the lyrics to pertain to what subject we were learning, and I thought that was a lot more fun than just, you know, answering questions and doing like a test basically.
Project I created actually in AP classes, especially in AP English, we use it a lot to do research, and other classes like dollars and cents, pretty much to research anything that we need, and we don't have to go to the library or use our phones.
Yeah, I definitely feel prepared for college because I'm probably going to have a Mac in college, so I already know how to use it, because at first it was like really confusing and I didn't really know how to use it very well, but then after a while I got used to it, and yeah, it's going to make my experience in college a lot simpler because I'm going to know how to really use it.
I do feel prepared for college now because now you know how to be familiar and work with technology, which is pretty much what's growing now, and that's what we need.
I do feel very prepared for college and my career because I actually plan to take 2 community online classes before I go to my university, so the computers will also help me out with that as well because most of the work is online, so that gives me a sense of what I'll be doing when I'm doing online classes for college.
One of the greatest things happening right now in education is having the opportunity to go to a one-to-one school district. Essentially, one-to-one is having the opportunity to give each individual student their own computer. And what we're basically doing at this point is getting them ready for an ever-demanding world in technology. The growing number of technology jobs out there, tech jobs, anything computerized is getting greater and greater every year. You see the commercials on TV, more jobs than there are, you know, applicants. And what we're doing right now is getting the students ready for that next step. One of the things that I've seen the most with the computers is watching the students grow individually. Students are finding they have talents in areas they didn't know. Students are learning a valuable lesson in which college is structured around. Students are learning that you got all these programs, you're using PowerPoint, you're using Word, you're using Excel spreadsheet, and they're starting to expand their knowledge. The computers are giving us a window of not just exploration but readiness.
One of the things that's changed in my classroom more than anything is the absolute elimination of the textbook. We still rely on it in the AP courses, and it's still something we feel is necessary, but for a lot of the kids, they require an immediate, location of information, and the laptops have revolutionized the classroom. I can't tell you how the laptops have impacted not only my classwork, but homework as well. We're now able to utilize all sorts of different ways, and by leveraging technology for drop boxes, for homework to be turned in, it really eliminates a lot of the excuses that we used to see in the past. Testing has been revolutionized here at LEHS with the utilization of testing online. The biggest benefit to the teachers, naturally, is the immediate grade that we receive, which means we can also go into the Aware system, print out reports, figure out what problems are giving our students issues, and we can also find out which ones that they're doing well. It's weird because we look back and we feel that college is a spiral notebook and textbooks sitting in the dorm room, and all we do is transfer information from one to the other, come in, take notes. And slowly, and I'd say about the turn of the century, we started seeing some laptops going into college. And the students that report back to us now say that most students either have a laptop and or a tablet with them when they go to class.
Well, what has changed since the one-to-one initiative has caught on, I would really say would be the ability for me to teach or to have a more student-led classroom. I used to introduce everything with a lecture and notes, and then we would take a quiz, and then we would do assignments with it. But now it's not so much about lecturing. I generally have them get their own information and tell them the kind of information they need to get, and then they will present that information. Laptops have impacted classwork and homework because it gives the ability for them to spend a little bit more time, especially with essays, because they can put it in the Dropbox. So with the Dropbox being available and ways that they can turn it in, you don't have the I've lost this or I've lost that aspect to it. So it's really changed the environment in which they turn things in. I feel like the laptops really help them prepare for college because it really allows the lessons to be more focused on the students engaging in their own learning and taking responsibility for their own learning, where they're simply guided from the teacher. And that really is very much like college, where the responsibility of your education is on the student and not necessarily the professor. The professor is there to kind of inspire and to guide, and not so much just kind of give them information. And I think that the technology that we've incorporated at Little Elm now has helped us focus as a school on that type of education as well.
One of the greatest things happening right now in education is having the opportunity to go to a one-to-one school district.